with Tina Iegas, a business lawyer at the firm Iegas, Newman & Goodstein. Tina, thank you for joining me here today.
Thank you, Katie.
So tell me, what is an interesting story or a scenario that you've seen recently regarding a business that may be owned in marriage and a divorce is pending or divorce is final?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is where you have a 50-50 ownership, which is not unusual. Husband and wife get, buy a business, and one spouse may not even be involved in the business.
Wow.
But on the documentation, it's a 50-50 owned business. And in California, if you have two shareholders in a business, you have to have at least two directors. And the directors are the ones that basically make all the major decisions in a business.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, all of a sudden they're in the midst of a divorce, and if it's not an amicable divorce, you now have a situation where no decision can be made relating to that business.
Yes.
Because it's a 50-50, so you have a deadlock. So now what happens is the business starts going downhill, because let's say you've got a major contract, the contract has to be signed, and you can't even get a decision because you have a spouse on the other side that is not amicable and is not willing to do anything.
Oh, geez.
So, not to mention, the money in a bank account.
Mhm.
How do you deal with that?
Mm.
And removing money out of one bank account, out of the corporate bank account, if you've got two spouses that are fighting. So what happens is you've got a business that could be lucrative, then in a short period of time ends up, really damaged.
Oh, goodness.
And it harms both sides.
Definitely. But this can be avoided if there's some pre-planning?
If there's pre-planning, absolutely. Again, ideally, it's to have the person who's primarily involved with the business be the majority owner. If the person owns 51%, and you have, documentation, corporate minutes, bylaws, a shareholders agreement that sets forth that the majority owner can make the decisions without the other, then you don't encounter a deadlock. But invariably, spouses don't want to do that. Even when they're not married, business partners often don't want to do that. They want to own the business 50-50 and feel they both have the power. But it's not for the benefit of the business or the parties when a dispute like this arises.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
You see all sorts of things,
I
I'm sure.
do. Unfortunately, too many negative things, and after the fact, which is why it's so important to really come to a family law attorney to get a post-nuptial agreement or a pre-nuptial agreement that addresses these things, or a business attorney.
Sure. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
If you have questions or would like to talk to Tina more about any of these issues, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to connect you with her. Thank you.